going to start with check. Nice, 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 nice. Good turn, good turn. Go for a bet. Okay. A7 off. We're calling. For $500. That's a good flop. It's a good river. Nice. We'll just keep... I mean, honestly, we're still registered. I promise you. We're registered in every other game. They're not running. Oh, we got a game. We got a game. At the high stakes. Exciting. Okay. Start with a call. We've got a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, even though it's not great. And we've got a pair, which is obviously great. Here we're going to start with call. Look pretty capped, so I think it's quite nice to have some check calls in your range, which are your King X. Our range looks a lot like 10s, queens, jacks, 8s, maybe some 9x, maybe some 7x, maybe some ace highs. Probably a good range to attack if you were going to triple barrel. We'll fold here on the turn. Not a great thing for us. Interesting in like whether he's got more draws or showdown. I'm going to check because I think he's going to bet a 9x or 7x anyway, and it just gives him that room to bet 10-8 or Jack 10 or Jack 8 or something like that. He does choose to check, which is sad. What did he have? Queen eye. So, I mean, we couldn't have got any more. We just tried to see if he wants to give him an opportunity to maybe attack it. No, we get a call. So I think against this guy we're going to size up a little bit. We wouldn't typically size up always against some opponents, but... Or we could go small. We do have the ace of clubs. I don't know. Let's size up. Change my mind. Not a great turn. We'll start with a check. Hopefully it bricks out. King will be lovely, but like let's just hope 2 hearts and then block bet from him or something. It's not a good river either, although having the ace of clubs is something. I think we got to fold this, to be honest. Does he ever take king 10 and bet this sizing? No, I'm going to go for no. People are typically quite scared of the flush. So now we're bluff catching, and does he bluff here? I mean, he probably does, but it's quite hard to bluff, right? We're going to fold. I think it's a good fold. I mean, we have to be right when he bets about 2/3 or 3/4. We have to be right about 40+% of the time. And I really don't think we're going to be right 40% of the time. I would say we're probably going to be right more like 20% of the time there, is my honest guess. Obviously, the solver is never folding, but the solver does not equate to in-game EV. That's not a direct thing. If you have bet information, if you have no information and you think the guy might be playing GTO, of course, you can just revert to whatever the solver's telling you in terms of like, well, like, yeah, the solver's EV at least will be fairly accurate. If they're reg, they'll be closer representative. I mean, not always perfect, but at least closer. But if you don't know who it is, you can take population tendencies, and I think population tendencies would also underbluff there, to be honest, and so that's something else. We could have maybe bet turn. That would have been another option to sort of block bet turn and then just check fold maybe. But also when we size up flop and he calls really quickly, I mean that's the other thing. He's not got air really. Flush draws are all snap call. Queen X are all snap call. They'll all bet to river. That's a lot of combos. And then King X. I mean King X is combos of course, but yeah. I like to make I hope good exploits. I may not always be right, but now, many of you would say, well, what are you calling then, if you're foreign ace king? Yeah, no, I mean, I'll call a flush. I'll call pocket sixes. And that's maybe aces, maybe. I don't think. Well, because then he has more king X, right? And quads, if I slow play that, for example. Or a house, if I have king's fall. I think a good thing sometimes can be to try and change the way a lot of people will view poker as kind of like what they'll be in a situation and it'll be like what do I do here kind of thing, like in terms of like, well, what am I supposed to do here? And I think a good question to ask yourself is, what can I do here? And then think through some options. And just that little tweak, that one trick that dentists hate or something, that's normally what I get right from adverts. Just that little, let's say, shift of focus about what can I do here. So like, here's a good question. What can I do? Could I bet 2? I could bet 2. Would that be good? Might be good. I'm not going to. Could I bet 1? That could also be good. But I'll just check. But it's good to think about it. And as soon as you think about it, it's like you start running through some EVs in your head and you're like, maybe. I think with hindsight, we'll just check down and see if we win. Okay. Very interesting to see. He was quite passive on the turn. And river. Those are all things good. When I get a C-bet here, that's good for us. I'm just going to go for a little block bet. I would bet quite a wide range here. So we can keep it small in theory. This is a reg, so obviously you want to be a bit more careful about massive exploits. We'd bet a 5x this size and we'd bet 9, 10, 9, 5, etc, etc. And now I think we can just decide. Good card for a range. We'd have a lot of value bets. I don't know if a 7 would be enough. What do we get called by? Do we get called by a 6? We'd have quite a few bluffs as well. Maybe we'll check this one and check fold. Okay. Just like a ace 9 or something. Jack 10. Let's limit the 10-3 off. I will go for a bet. Okay, he donks into us. That's great. It's actually great to see him. So like, we'll give him. I'm going to give him a quick recreational, and then it's he's been a little bit. Let's say, I always want to fold here. We're going to shove, but he's been a little bit. Let's honest post. Okay, he got donks again. So interesting, donks on ace board. Never a donk. Again, I'm going to just let him have it. Not too worried about that. Maybe he's got a bit like bored and it's just like pushing action now. It could be a thing. That's great when you get aces, right? Because he 2.5x called with Jack 6, I'm just going to jam this. And like, I'm assuming he's not going to fold worse than Jack 6, let's say. Queen 6. Not worse than Jack 6. So technically better than Jack 6, and yeah, he called. People 3-bet non-all-in and then he might call and then whatever, yeah. The one thing dentists hate, yeah. Exactly that, exactly that. Diet Coke apparently, but whatever. Not going to listen to the man. You still drinking that Diet Coke? No. And then they say, what are all these holes in your teeth? Oh, I don't know. They probably came from all that water you've been drinking, isn't it? That terribly acidic water that they have just in my house. Okay. Happy days. Nice, nice. Okay, we're currently registering every single game we can be. Every game above the 100. In the 100s Ultra, the 100 Regs, the 250 Ultra, the 250 Reg, the 500 Ultra, the 500 Reg. We got no action. That's a shame, that. Not sure. Just betting in to sort of protect my equity. I think this is one of the worst hands we have, so pretty happy to bet this. I don't think he's going to fold, but he's going to fold like Queen 9, Ace 6 of clubs. Could go pot here, that would be an interesting one. I think I might try pot and just hope that he doesn't have... Wow. Wow. I very rarely pot. He snapped us off with third pair. And the club blocker as well. The 9 of clubs would be like dream bluff card for us. You know, because that would make perfect sense where we bluff it on the flop, on the turn, some 9 of club combo, and then river we have a straight blocker. Blimey. Okay, but we'll just take all our value really big now. I'm not even going to think about it. That 5's so hard to have bluffs. That's why I thought it'd be a great one to go big with. Physio out the box says, what playlist are you normally using while playing? We have, it's a Twitch soundtrack. So Palmyra, thank you very much for the follow, Palmyra. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we have a Twitch soundtrack. Okay, we've got games running everywhere. Everyone's waiting until midnight to play. This is interesting because I think this is a 2 recreational game, which is so unbelievably rare. So we'll try and play this one because it'll be most interesting. Here I'm going to actually size up a bit because see if he wants to call. It didn't work. We'll just jam this 7. Okay. These are calls. We're not going to fold these. We get a limp. We're going to donk lead this flop. Let me try and show you the game. Hey, you've got the game. You've got the game. Now I think he's still going to have some 1 diamond combo, so we're going to bet that one as well. Oof, I get shoved on, that sucks. So he has got some flushes. I think a lot of his flushes were just basically shove flop though. I think he's going to have some 10s, jacks, etc. I think. No, he has got a flush. That didn't work out. No, we look pretty dumb.